In the mighty empire of Persia, King Xerxes reigned in glory. His feasts overflowed with wine, music, and treasure beyond imagination. Nobles from every province marveled at his wealth, yet pride burned in his heart. But in the midst of celebration, the king's command was defied. Queen Vashti refused to appear before the drunken court. One act of defiance silenced the banquet halls and stained the king's pride. Shame demanded action. Vashti was stripped of her crown, and the throne of Persia stood empty, awaiting another. Messengers rode across the empire, gathering maidens of beauty and grace. From far and near, they came to Susa, each hoping to win the king's favor. Among them was a young woman named Esther. She was an orphan, raised by her cousin Mordecai. Though her beauty shone, it was her wisdom and gentleness that set her apart. Led into the palace with countless others, Esther carried no ambition of grandeur, yet destiny was quietly guiding her steps. Those who served her saw kindness in her eyes. The keeper of the women, Haggai, favored her, giving her the best care and preparing her for the day she would meet the king. When Esther stood before Xerxes, silence filled the throne room. In her presence, the king's heart was moved. A crown was placed upon her head, and Esther became queen of Persia. Yet she did not forget her roots. Day by day, Mordecai watched from the palace gates, his eyes ever fixed on her safety. One day, Mordecai overheard a dark scheme, 2 guards plotting against the king. He sent word through Esther, and the plot was exposed. The king's life was spared, though Mordecai's deed went unrewarded. Soon after, a new power rose. Haman, proud and ruthless, was exalted above all princes. Men bowed low in his presence, all except Mordecai. Insult turned to fury. Haman's rage sought not only Mordecai's life, but the destruction of all Jews across the empire. The king's seal gave power to Haman's plan. Couriers spread the decree. On a chosen day, every Jew would perish. Fear spread like wildfire from city to city. At the city gates, Mordecai tore his garments and wept in ashes. His cries reached Esther within the safety of the palace walls. Through messengers, Mordecai's words pierced her heart. Do not think you will escape in the king's house. Who knows if you have come to the kingdom for such a time as this? Esther trembled, yet she chose courage. She fasted with her maidens, and with unshakable resolve she whispered, If I perish, I perish. Clothed in royal robes, Esther stepped into the throne room uninvited. Death or mercy waited at the king's hand. All eyes froze as Xerxes looked upon her, and then the golden scepter was extended. With wisdom, she did not reveal her heart at once. She invited the king and Haman to a banquet, and again to another. Patience wove the trap that pride would not escape. But Haman's pride festered. Seeing Mordecai still standing, he raged in his home. His wife counseled him to build gallows 50 cubits high and prepare to destroy his enemy. That night, the king could not sleep. The chronicles were read aloud, and he learned of Mordecai's forgotten deed, the man who had once saved his life. At dawn, Haman entered the court, eager to seek Mordecai's death. But the king asked him, what should be done for the man the king delights to honor? Thinking of himself, Haman spoke of royal robes and a parade. To his horror, the king declared, do this for Mordecai. At Esther's second feast, the queen rose. With trembling voice, she revealed her secret. I am a Jew, and we are to be destroyed. Fury ignited in Xerxes' heart. He stormed into the garden. When he returned, he found Haman fallen upon Esther's couch. Outrage sealed his fate. That very night, soldiers dragged Haman to the gallows he had built for Mordecai. The proud man fell by his own design. A new decree went forth. The Jews rose to defend their lives, and their enemies fell. Mordecai was robed in honor, and Esther's courage was praised throughout the land. From sorrow came joy, and a feast was born. Purim, a celebration of deliverance for generations to come.